Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. Very warm welcome to this episode of Niche Spotlight. So today we are analysing chopping board racks. Again, so random, right? But could be a good opportunity. Certainly a very simple product, right? Some of them are just bits of wire. So, should you sell it? Well, as always, we're using our smash hit product analysis cheat sheet. You can download to the link in the description and use it to look at your own products. So, does this product have high demand? Does it have 3K sellers? That's always our first stop. So I'm actually using AMZ Scout to analyze this. You can use any software that has a Chrome extension. They're all basically the same. My preference is AMZ Scout. It loads faster in my experience and has a load of cool features. I might actually put an affiliate link for a special offer you can get on AMZ Scout in the description as well. So go check it out if you wanna grab it. So are there 3K sellers? Now with this niche, you need to be a little careful because some of the products that appear on the page are not chopping board racks. Now this is just important to note for any niche. Like this is a glass chopping board, and we need to remove this from our analysis. Okay, it's making 12K a month, but it's not a chopping board rack. So skip that one. This counts. It's making 6,000 a month, which is great. This counts. It's making 5K a month. So does this one. 5K a month. This is a plate display stand, so it doesn't count. This one counts. This one counts. And this one. And this one. Oh, maybe not, because that's for pans. Pan lids and pans, I believe. So, how many do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that for chopping boards? 6. 3K sellers. Fantastic. So important to only count the products you're directly competing with. Like if someone's looking for a chopping board rack, they're not going to want to buy a glass chopping board. Right? It's probably not going to happen. So, what about competition? Well, same deal applies. We need to skip the ones that don't compete with us. How many established sellers are there? 1, it's got 3,000 reviews. 2, 3, 4. Don't know if that one really counts. 5. Alrighty. So there's 5 or less established sellers, which means it has low competition, which is fantastic. Are there any brands? Well, I'm going to sort by revenue because usually you'd assume a brand would be doing very well, right? I don't recognize any of these. Like if Joseph and Joseph are in here, yes, definitely a recognizable brand that people trust. These ones, I mean, I really don't think so. They look, to be honest, they look like private label sellers, which is good. That means private label products work in this niche, which means when you launch your private label in this niche, it will work too. Alrighty, so no brands, looking good so far. How about hassle? Is there a lot of hassle in this niche? How do we figure that out? Well, we want to answer these 4 questions. Could you make it yourself? Yes. I mean, it's a bit of wire or a bit of plastic. In theory, yes, I could make it myself. Is it a low hassle category? Yes, it's home and kitchen. Is it seasonal? I guarantee it's not seasonal. I always like to double check just out of curiosity though. So if we get a good product to look at the data, look at the history, and then just look at sales. Is there any pattern? Well, this particular seller got very little sales. It looks like in spring 2023, but it looks like that could be because they run out of stock. I doubt very much that 1 minute they'd be doing very well and the next minute not because of seasonality. More likely because maybe their listing got suspended, maybe they run out of stock, something like that. Other than that, I mean, seems to sell all year round pretty well. Doesn't seem to be any obvious spike any time of year on that particular listing. There's not an obvious pattern. Seasonality, you can see it on a graph because it will just be like, okay, summer months they get sales, rest of the year nothing, type of thing, you know. So all in all, not seasonal. What about the dimensions? Let's have a look at one of these listings just to get a feel for how big the product actually is. Is it heavy? Is it a nightmare to import from China? Is it a nightmare to post to customers? Well, it's about 26 by 21. It's not too bad. Fit in a shoebox. And it's a kilogram, which is, yeah, pretty much what we're looking at. It's what we want. So dimensions are good. So actually, so far, this product is really checking the boxes, quite literally, to be a good private label opportunity. All right, let's have a look at gaps in the market. Are there any issues with some of the best-selling products? Can we solve those problems with a new product in the marketplace, which would really, we want customers to go, yeah, this one, meaning your product, is the one I'm going to buy, because it clearly looks like the best option. You know, everybody's got their own opinion of what the best option is. Different customers are looking for different things, right? But we want at least one type of customer to think your product is the best, because ultimately that's what's going to make them buy it. When you're buying stuff, do you ever go, yeah, I'd really like to buy, like, you know, the 10th best product for me? No, you go, I want to buy the best product for me. All right, and probably the thing that restricts you would be budget. All right, but aside from that, you know, you want the best that you can get. So we want your product to be that. All right, so this one makes $5,000 a month. Okay, and let's have a look at the reviews. So see all customer reviews. Customers say, like the ease of use. I think this is like an AI. Yes, an AI generated analysis that Amazon provides now, which is really handy, by the way. So definitely read this. It's at the top of the reviews when you go to all reviews. Easy use, storage space, value, quality, and tidying is the bonuses, the good sides. And appreciate design, say it's not a cheap and flimsy one. Okay, so customers clearly care about it not being flimsy. That would obviously affect how well the product does its job, I would assume. But this overview doesn't really give any negatives. So let's see if we can find some in the reviews. Poor quality, rubbish, and bent straight away, apparently. Okay, there's a few negatives here. It's broken. That's more of a QA issue. Right, it probably just hasn't been checked or broken in the post, perhaps. Nothing fundamentally wrong with the design, though, I'd imagine. Tilts back, put my trays in, keeps tilting back, not very sturdy. Interesting. Okay, so I would assume that it's quite sturdy, but probably not sturdy enough for everyone. So this particular customer, right, would think your product is the best if yours is more sturdy than this one. So you could create a product that's really, really sturdy. All right, so that's an idea of a gap there you could potentially fill. What about this one? I'm going to go to ratings. I'm going to go to all customer reviews. We're going to see, is there anything here in the overview? Like the size, stackability, ease of use, slots. They mention it fits perfectly in cupboards. Just the right space between uprights. Options are mixed on value and quality. Very interesting. So value usually to do with the price, and it is very subjective. See, this is $6.99, so it's really cheap. Right, really cheap. But I guess if what you're paying for doesn't work, then it's still a waste of money. Very small and overpriced. Interesting. So now we don't know what they actually paid. It might not have been $6.99 back in May. It could have been more. Fraction of the price elsewhere. Interesting. Cheap rubbish. Couldn't be poorer quality. Okay, interesting. Strong words from Philip. Awful quality. Inch shorter than advertised. Absolute rubbish. Falls apart. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, this person's saying it's matchstick. So yeah, making the product sturdy, well constructed, not cheap looking and feeling, clearly very important. So there are some gaps here, some things we could work on. And you know, this thing is selling, right? It's got issues and it's still making money. So if you created one that didn't have so many issues, all right, it's making like $3,800 a month. If you created one that didn't have issues, I mean, you could potentially make a lot more. Definitely issues. And are there no bundles on page one? If there's not any bundles, looks like there's definitely an opportunity here. So all I can see as I've been looking through this page is just the main product, so just the rack. So if you came along with a bundle of maybe a, I don't know, chopping board rack bundled with something else, some other kind of space saving gadget for the kitchen, potentially that could be another reason why your product would be the best on the page. And that's what you should always aim for. Aim to have the best product in the market. So looking good for now, a lot of ticks. So let's go through this and double check it. So demand, 3K sellers. Yes, I think we analysed there was 5. Is that right? So pretty good. I mean, look, the if we look at it carefully, the demand isn't exactly sky high. 5K a month, 6K a month is decent, but it's not, there's products on Amazon that do like 200,000 a month, 50,000 a month. It's not one of those, but it certainly is decent. 5-6K a month is brilliant. Right, so that I'm happy with the demand, not over the moon or anything, but I'm certainly happy. So I'm going to give it a solid 15 out of 20 because it's good. It's pretty good. Low competition, yes. So there's 5 established sellers, which means it's within the criteria. It's not like the lowest competition I've ever seen, but it's definitely solid. So yeah, I'm going to give it 16 out of 20 for competition. Pretty good. Low hassle, could you make it yourself? Yep. Low hassle category, yep. Not seasonal, yep. Good dimensions, yep. I mean, the dimensions in particular, it's at the upper end, right? It is a kilogram. Obviously, the smaller and lighter, the better, right? And it's not tiny, but it does fit the criteria. So similar kind of theme here. Like, it's pretty good. For this one, I'm going to give it 17 out of 20. Gap in the market. Are there issues? Yes. And there's no bundles. So again, pretty solid. I'm going to give it a 17 out of 20. Would be higher, but I just think that the issues, probably to fix them, is not exactly going to be cheap or easy. So that's why it's not like a 20. But certainly can be fixed. And what about hunch? Well, this is usually the part where I look at the price point. The price point is $12.99 for these, $6.99, $16.99. So it's all right. It's a bit on the lower end. Would be nicer if it was £20, £30, because there's just more ways to make profit there. But having said that, I mean, you can definitely still make profit. I've got a client that's been selling a product for $6.99 for like nearly 10 years that makes them £1,000 a month profit. I mean, so you don't have to necessarily charge a lot. But obviously, yeah, the higher the price, the more profit per sale, etc. So, yeah, something to consider. Other factors, demand's okay, competition's good, hassle's good. It's all pretty good, actually. I can't see any obvious issues here. And I'd like to see more of these chopping board racks offered to the market, because I don't think there's enough decent ones out there. And to be honest, a lot of them don't look that stylish. A lot of them look pretty basic, pretty boring. Some of them are this is just straight up ugly. And I think if someone came along with a really stylish looking rack, I mean this one's pretty good, actually. This one actually does look a little bit better. Something more along these lines, I think it would really fill a gap in the marketplace. So yeah, there's opportunity here. So again, I'm going to give it a 17 out of 20. So now we have everything. I'm going to add up these scores, and then we can see what the final score is. So 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17 is 82 out of 100. That's pretty high score. That's one of the highest ones we've actually reviewed for a while. Pretty exciting. So yeah, all in all, I would say definitely explore this niche. Consider doing a test batch in this niche. And look, if you want some help doing that test batch, I've got a little message for you. Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. Really hope you enjoyed this niche spotlight video when we were analysing the product. If you want some extra help to get your business to grow, then shoot me an email to support@ecommercefreedom.com and with the subject line, Inner Circle. And I'll ask you a couple questions about your goals, about how things are now, And then together we'll create a plan to actually help you level things up and grow the business, and then see if we're a fit to work together. So shoot us an email if you want some help. Can't wait to catch up and take your business to the next level. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch up soon.